in the middle of the night asking them about their guns. They're going to be out on the streets. If I can finish, they're going to be out on the streets.
I have three
No.
minutes.
You asked me a question.
I did. And
you asked me a question.
And you haven't
I'm gonna
answered my question.
So they're going to be out on the streets working
You haven't
hand in hand
answered my
with
question.
DEA
You
to
haven't
violate.
answered. Mr. Chairman, I'd like an answer to my question.
All right, folks, buckle up. What you're about to see is not just a budget debate, it's a bare-knuckle brawl in Congress. Rosa DeLauro goes head-to-head with Pam Bondi over the ATF budget, and let me tell you, this wasn't polite tea-time chatter. It was sharp, heated, and at times downright explosive. If you believe in holding leaders accountable when they try to dodge the truth, then smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a takedown like this one. Now, let's dive into the hearing, because when DeLauro asks about lost agents, Bondi's answers, well, they don't just fall short, they crash and burn.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick note before I get to my questions. Fentanyl seizures are down 30% compared to last year, and that data is coming from the Customs and Border Patrol, CBP. I don't make it up, but fentanyl seizures are down. At your confirmation hearing, you asserted that you will do everything in your power to prevent illegal gun runners in our country. Your budget request for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, proposes a cut of 26% below the current level. How can you justify such a massive cut without inevitably weakening ATF's ability to help our state and local law enforcement fight illegal gun trafficking? How many ATF law enforcement officers and industry operations investigators do you anticipate will be lost to attrition as a result of this funding reduction you're proposing?
So, I am a career prosecutor, and I believe in keeping America safe, making America safe. First, what we're doing is ATF is going to be brought over with DEA. Everyone knows, everyone sitting up here, guns and drugs go together. They go together. We're going to make it more efficient. What I will tell you will not be happening is ATF agents will not be knocking on the doors of legal gun owners in the middle of the night asking them about their guns. They're going to be out on the streets. If I can finish, they're going to be out on the streets.
I have three
No.
minutes.
You asked me a question.
I did. And
you asked me a question.
And you haven't
I'm gonna
answered
answer
my
it.
question.
So they're going to be out on the streets working
You haven't
hand in
answered
hand
my
with
question.
DEA
You
to
haven't
violate.
answered. Mr. Chairman, I'd like an answer to my question. And the question is not being answered. How many ATF law enforcement officers and industry operations investigators do you anticipate will be lost to attrition as a result of the funding reduction you are proposing? You are proposing a 26% cut to ATF for fiscal year 2026, as well as a 4.4% cut to DEA. So you're going to merge the two agencies together, and then you're going to shortchange their resources, so neither one of them will be able to do the job that they have been designed to do. You've got a 34% cut to the high-intensity drug trafficking areas program, no dedicated money at all for the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force. So, my view, it's fair to say that the Trump administration proposal shortchanges federal efforts to stop illegal gun trafficking and federal efforts to stop the flow of dangerous illegal drugs like fentanyl.
As I was attempting to answer your question very calmly, unlike you,
Excuse me, Madam Attorney General. Answer yes or no. Tell me what the numbers are. I don't want to hear all of your filibuster about this. Go ahead, please.
That's the moment the gloves come off. You can almost hear the frustration dripping from DeLauro's voice. She's done playing nice. She's basically saying, stop running circles, stop the spin, just give me the number. And notice Bondi's face at that point? That's the look of someone who knows the numbers are ugly and doesn't want them out in the open. This is why congressional hearings matter. Because when the cameras are rolling, you can't hide behind press releases or sound bites. You either give the truth, or you get exposed for dodging. And right here, Bondi just got exposed.
Tell us the numbers.
So we are reorganizing. ATF agents want to be out on the street.
Okay,
working
let me
with
answer the
DEA
question for you.
agents.
I'm going to answer it for you. Page, Mr. Chairman, you give me a certain amount of time and I have a high respect for you, but I don't have to listen, nor do my colleagues have to listen to a filibuster when it's a simple question. But I have an answer to your question. It's page 146 of the department's fiscal year 2026 budget, and the performance summary explicitly says, and let me quote, ATF will eliminate 541 industry operation investigators, reducing ATF's capacity to regulate the firearms and explosive industries by approximately 40% in fiscal year 2026. ATF will perform fewer regulatory inspections. And the department summary goes on to say, and let me quote, ATF anticipates a reduction of approximately 284 support personnel and 186 agents based on historical attrition patterns, and these personnel cuts will impact ATF across various functions, unquote. If the capacity to regulate firearms industry is reduced by 40%, if you are losing 186 ATF law enforcement agents on top of that, it is clear the direction you are headed with this budget, and that's what it is, isn't it? The proposal will weaken our ability to stop gun trafficking, and it will greatly reduce ATF support for state and local law enforcement that helps them prevent and solve violent crimes.
That right there is the dagger. DeLauro isn't just talking budget lines. She's spelling out how these cuts hit the streets where families live. Fewer agents means fewer gun traffickers caught. It means local cops left short-handed. And when you weaken federal backup, you're basically giving cartels and gun runners a green light. And here's the kicker. Bondi kept saying they'll be on the streets, but the paperwork shows the opposite. You can't argue with page 146. Numbers don't lie. When oversight gets cut by 40%, criminals notice. They love loopholes, and Washington just handed them one.
It's a bad proposal.
Do you want to hear my answer in 3 seconds? You mentioned regulatory functions. We will not be having ATF agents go to the doors of gun owners in the middle of the night asking them about their guns, period. They will be out on the streets with DEA, guns and drugs.
How many
go
are
together.
gone?
It will be attrition. We are not firing agents. They
Who are-
will be working
how
with
many have
DEA.
taken attrition?
Can I tell you that they all want to be on the streets? They want to be doing their jobs. They want to be
But you're getting them
seizing
off
guns.
the streets.
They want
You're getting
to.
them
We're
off the
putting
streets.
them on the
And-
streets.
and-
They want to be working with
you,
DEA.
you are getting them off
They
the
will be
streets. There is no
efficient.
clear. And Mr.
We will
Chairman,
be
I yield back my
efficient.
time.
What a face-off. On one side, a prosecutor turned politician trying to dodge and weave. Opposite her, a congresswoman with solid statistics and no tolerance for doublespeak. Once the dust cleared, it was undeniable. You can't protect the nation with vague calculations and hollow slogans. DeLauro illustrated genuine accountability by cutting through the clamor, insisting on straightforward responses, and ensuring that communities weren't shortchanged in the struggle against firearms and narcotics. Bondi wanted to paint this as efficiency. DeLauro uncovered it as a perilous withdrawal from public safety. So here's my takeaway. Budgets aren't merely figures on a page. They reflect our values. And if those values fall short of safeguarding American households, every citizen must, indeed, should, challenge them. That's the strength of our nation. What's your take? Was DeLauro justified in her critique? Or did Bondi make a strong argument? Leave your thoughts below. I read them all. And if you like this analysis, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next political deconstruction. Until then, stay alert, stay informed, and stay proud.